Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm King POSH, your host for today's show, and this is probably the game that you're probably playing today. We are looking at the 1969 Hot Wheels Twin Mill Mod rear-wheel drive drift setup. So let's get right into it. This thing is wild. I mean, actually, let's just do a little, get into here. You can turn on the lights, and this thing opens weird. I love it. That's just how it opens, and I believe that's a roll cage in the middle there. You got a small e-brake down there that I'd probably break off with ease, and then that big long strange shaped thing is a shifter in there. Actually, if you go in there, that's the fuel cap right there, or if you can actually go in here. This is your view from inside. When you're drifting, yeah, that's what you see. If I can close the thing right here, look at that. This is your view. You have these two massive engines. Pretty much the superchargers are in your face the whole entire time. But yeah, so that is a shifter right there, and it says park, reverse, neutral, and drive, and that little small emergency brake that I just feel like I'd pull and just snap off and be like, crap, now I gotta fix that. And then you got the RPM gauges right there on both sides, so even your passenger can see your RPMs. It has a top speed of 180 as it says, but then there's another speed behind it. This says 2001. I don't know if this thing could, honestly, it probably would go 2,000 miles per hour. Who knows? It could probably take off. So, there you go. You press that, get out. Get out. And it's a gorgeous car with 2 inches. You got 118 horsepower, so close to 2,000 horsepower. It's a beast. Mine is an S1 850. The tune is right here, King rear-wheel drive drift, if you want to ever use it. Here is the share code. Now let's show a clip of what I've done with it. Second gear, I was able to do a 42.5. Not too bad for nearly 2,000 horsepower rear-wheel drive on stock tire compound. So it's an S1 850. It's a 7.0 liter engine. It's not really almost a 17.1, but we'll go with that. It's pretty light. And yeah, so let's get more into that. And I if you pressed on there, it says second, third gear tuned King POSH Gaming at YouTube to see tunes, because I like to show my tunes. We will get to that. We will get to showing the tune after I show you guys what I've done to this thing. So here you got a stock drivetrain, but you could make it all-wheel drive. It would definitely be a lot faster, 0 to 60 in 1.2. Versus the 2.4, but that's because we're rocking rear-wheel drive. There is body kits to this that are just weird, like this. It's got basically a cow catcher in the front, like an old locomotive cow catcher. That's what I think about when that goes on there. You also have just the regular spoiler in the back, which isn't too bad. If you want to race tune this car, it's something else when you're race tuning it. Definitely a drag car by far. If you have all-wheel drive and then drag tires on top of it, yeah, even on this, it would be an S1 899 with drag tires, and you'd have a top speed of 270. And 0 to 60 in 1.6, 3.4 to 100, not too bad. But if you put all-wheel drive on there, you're going to see that 0 to 60 under a second. It is wicked quick. Alright, then you got 265s in the front, and stock in the rear. This was my best that I do with the drifting. I did try it with the max width and I didn't like it. It felt too grippy, so I just put it all the way down to the stocks and it works perfect now. Absolutely top notch. I'm the second rim over with the Forza rims. You could go lighter if you really wanted to. You could save 18 pounds right here by going with the TC105Ns like I usually do, but I wanted to be different and these look good. Here you got 21s in the front. Now you don't know what's in the back, but when you look at it, it looks like it's 21s also in the rear. I'm sure you could look it up on Google and find out what it really is, but they look like they're spot on, so I went with it. Here, when you go to the drivetrain, the only thing you have is the differential. You can't change the transmission. You have it as is. But you can tune the transmission, which is nice. You got drift springs and dampeners on here. You got rally springs. This would be perfect for if you're going to do drag racing. And then you have stock springs. So I would go with a rally spring setup for drag racing, just so the rear end plants itself into basically the pavement. But here we got drift springs on this thing. Okay, now I didn't put a roll cage in here. That's kind of what the roll cage looks like, but since it's a wraparound window, you're now obstructed of your views a little bit. So I have them out all the way to stock, and I wanted to save weight. This stuff does add weight. There's 206 pounds of weight that you could add on to this car. Here, the race weight reduction I went with. Stock, it's 1,012 pounds. I mean, that's what you're saving. It's pretty much you took everything and made it carbon fiber. Pretty much, because there isn't much to this car anyways. There's two massive engines and a body to it, so I'd like to know where the 1,000 pounds actually left. It's weird. On the engine, you have 4 options here. So you got the race cams and valves, you got race engine blocks, you got the race pistons and compression, and you got a race supercharger. There is no turbocharger, just a supercharger, just to get that 1,918 horsepower with almost 1,800 foot-pounds of torque. It is wicked. It's a lot of fun to drive. A little strange if you try to drift inside the car, because you got a superchargers in front of you you really can't see. Other than that, you know, I mean, here's the tuning. You got 30 and 30. Okay, for the tire pressures, I just left them stock. It didn't really need any of that. Now the gearing, I really went ham on it. As you can tell, first is usually where 6th gear started. I saw 6th gear was great, and I put it right there and it just went with it. So this is the numbers I came up with, and it works perfect. Alignment, we got 2-1, -1-0. Toe 0.0, rear toe is out 2.1 with a caster of 7.0. Anti-roll bars, I just maxed them out. I said, why not? You know, we got nearly 2,000 horsepower to this thing. Anti-roll bars would probably be a must-to-have fully on. It's a big vehicle. You're gonna have to do that. Springs, 955, 936. Ride height, 4.351, a little higher in the back, dipped in the front. Dampening, my rear-wheel drive setup's usually what I run, 20-20, 3 and 3. That's what I did there. There is no downforce to worry about. There's no cow catcher in the front to even think about, so we don't have to worry about that. Braking, now I only touched the 130%, but you really don't have to even worry about that. You can just leave it at 50 and 100 if you really wanted to. And then differential, I just left everything on high, 100, 100, and that seemed to be the best option. Not too bad. It's a fun car. I really enjoy it. I highly recommend it for you guys. If you need the share code, you know, here you go. It's 970-189-221. Definitely pick it up. Definitely try it. I think you're gonna like it. I worked on a little bit tonight. I mean, as you can tell, it's 11:03 is when I created this this tune for this rear-wheel drive twin mill, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you do. I really worked hard on it. I'm just gonna take it outside and just show you what's the inside view when when you're in the cab. You already saw the video, you don't have to see me actually drive it. You can tell it's raining. At least you got some windshield wipers, and that's pretty much all you've got when it comes to the view. So your side view is a little off when it comes to rain, but it's not too bad. But you still have a supercharger in front of you that you have to deal with. The view, not that great, but I mean, if you're sideways, you usually go over to this side so you can see a little bit more. But yeah, it's something else. You know, they could have put, you know, some windshield wipers on the sides to help with at least the side glass, because it's a wraparound, you know, module all the way around. And you got the, you know, the fuel. You got two awesome little pipes back there. It's a sweet little car. And it's aggressive. And anytime, you know, you drive this down the road on this game, everybody's like, dude, sweet car. We love it. You know, so that's, you know, it's an eye-opener. It's something they don't see all the time. These cars usually go for, you know, $20 million on the auction house, but I highly doubt you're going to find one. They are super rare. But we're going to go look anyways. Let's just see if there's one up there, you know. So twin mill. There's one up right now, guys. The highest bid is 11. I don't even see these things come up very often. 8.2 million. That's not bad. And how much time do they have? 56 minutes. Well, by the time you guys see this video, that won't be available. But I mean, this is a hard car to get. So if you guys, you know, look for it, you know, if you see it, definitely pick it up. I think you're gonna love it. It's ultra rare car here. Other than that, hey, hope you enjoyed this. I'll catch you next time. Peace out. I'm King Posh, and stay sideways, my friends.